Welcome back everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 2012 Pagani Huayra. Now this has 1144 horsepower, 810 pounds-feet of torque from a 6.2 litre twin turbocharged racing V12 engine. The car itself now weighs 2,699 pounds, has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 2.674 seconds, 0 to 104.877 seconds, and go to a top speed of 260 miles an hour. So yeah, the top speed isn't really going to come into play with this car on this series, as per usual with any car that can pretty much do 200 or more mile an hour. But we do have some history with Pagani on this series, and suggests that this car will do well, as the Pagani Huayra R has not only got into second place, but it was also really rather quite comfortable at dealing with this course as well. So yeah, that second place run was really rather quite great, and yeah, obviously it resulted in a spectacular time to get into second. So yeah, whether or not this more ordinary road going version of the Huayra can do any better, we'll have to see, but the stats look overall pretty good. Even the off-road capability is 8.0, which is not often the case for only on-road cars. So yeah, could well do very well here. Although the Huayra R has the advantage of more downforce, because it's a racing version, the track-only version of this car. So that's the big advantage that car has over this, but this also has the advantage of being a car that is used to road conditions, whereas that car is only a track car. So maybe this car's more road-friendly nature will prove beneficial. We'll have to see. But yeah, it should definitely be quicker than the Mercedes from the previous episode, given that this is faster and, well, yeah, faster, but might well not be as controllable as evidenced by that. So that's one of our rewinds used up quite quickly, unfortunately. I think we just hit a bump and we couldn't really steer anymore because we were up in the air. Hopefully that is not a sign of things to come. There's a fair bit of understeer, unfortunately, which I don't think the Huayra R had much issue with, because it had a lot of downforce up front. Oh dear, and we've bounced around again. We're not having much luck to start with this car. Yeah, we did raise it quite a fair bit with the off-road suspension, so the fear is that let's turn the suspension into quite a bouncy element of the car. And with the fact it doesn't weigh very much, there's not much weight to hold the car down either, so that's currently a fear. I'm going to play it a little bit on the safer side of things now that we've used up 2 of our 3 rewinds. Obviously, if there's some nonsense reason for having to rewind, then I will obviously not count that as a rewind, but when it's genuine mistakes like those 2, then yeah, they are going to count. Yeah, understeer on this and the bouncy suspension is so far the 2 main issues. Decent turn of speed though, as you'd expect for a car of this power and lacking in weight. To complement a lack of weight and a large amount of power, you do want some controllability alongside those 2 elements. And this has some of that, no doubt about that. Even the understeer really isn't too much of an issue once you get used to it. It's just the bouncy ride that is the main issue right now. Because you can manage the understeer, you know it's going to come if you plough on into a corner too much, but when it comes to bouncy suspension, that can occur any time it wants. Sometimes it will happen over a bump, other times it might not, but you can't predict that, so yeah. It's very hard to contend with, to be honest. feel like it's been a pretty fast lap. Well, lap run, more like. Even with those mistakes. Good turn in there. It's going to be very quick across the finish line, 141 miles an hour. What have we done? 3 minutes 11.386, so we're ever so slightly off the Pagani Huayra R. In fact, we are now have 2 Paganis in the top 3, as this is slightly quicker than the Lotus 340R, which was in 3rd place, and we're 0.203 of a second slower than the Huayra R, which is remarkable given they are completely kind of different cars at the end of the day. Yes, they are share the same name, kind of look the same, but that Huayra R has a lot of downforce. It's a very track-focused car, whereas this is obviously more road-focused, and considering the issues this had with some understeer at times and the bouncy ride, you would expect this to have been a lot slower than that Huayra R, but nope, not the case. They are practically the same in terms of speed and time there, so yeah, that is very impressive and means, yeah, Pagani now has the most amount of cars in the top 10, as this going into 3rd place means the Lancia Delta S4 gets knocked out of the top 10, meaning it's now all the Lancia 037 Stradale is all on its own, and it also means that we're quicker than the Rimac Nevera, Fast and Furious Dodge Charger, Hot Wheels 2 Jets, Lamborghini Huracan STO, and the Fast and Furious Datsun 240Z. And yeah, plenty quicker than other, rally or off-road orientated vehicles as well, like the RJ Anderson Polaris Razor Pro 4 truck, the MG Metro 6R4, GMC Hummer EV pickup, and the Lancia Stratos HF Stradale. So yeah, massively impressed by that time there. Obviously we were having a few issues to start with, but I think once we got used to the kind of ride characteristics that it had going on, yeah, we were able to take full advantage of its speed and acceleration and general handleability. So yeah, on the whole, an impressive car there, and yeah, nice to see someone else getting into the top 5 after been a while since the Lotus 340R managed that. Nonetheless, though, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.